Good morning all, here we are with a bit of a tall order today. I'm not in a bad position on the boat, however I have to get off this one, go just a mile away outside the docks, change over and get back on the next boat back out. And I've got, I think it's an hour and I've got from 6:30 to 7:45 when it to 8 o'clock when it sails, so that's an hour and a half. But in that time I've got to get off, clear passport control, through the scanner, out, drive up to meet my colleague Will, change trailers and back in and book on in an hour and a half. So wish me luck, fingers crossed. Well, big thanks to Will Kelty. Changeover accomplished. So now all we're going to do is hope that we can get booked back on in Portsmouth as quickly as possible. I've got, it's 6 minutes past 7 now. And it sails, I think it sails at 7:45 or 8 o'clock, so I've got half an hour. There's Alex there, who I was on the boat with last night. He was down in the dungeon, so luckily they didn't put me there, otherwise I would not have made this. Anyway, it looks like he's just checking if I need to plug in, which I do. Yeah, if I'd have been with Alex, who's at the back of the queue unfortunately, luckily he's only tipping just up the road, but if I'd have been there, yeah, I wouldn't have made this crossing. Anyway, let's get on and go get some breakfast, I suppose. Well, that's us done, he says. Just switch that light on for the man. I'll just show you. This is how tight we are up against the trailer, this side, and that side up against the wall. Anyway, we're on, that's the main thing. Let's go to France. Here we are then, riding over the top of the lift that goes down to the dungeon. Sorry, I'm having to shout because I've got my window down. And as you can hear, the fridge is running. Right, we're just coming off the boat in Caen, heading up to Civep. Hopefully we'll get a quick clearance out of there. And we can, and we can head to our weekend stop. I found what looks like a routier that's open over the weekend, which is pretty rare at the moment. And it's about 4 hours away, which will do me just nicely, and it's only half an hour to the drop point for Monday. So I've sent him a message asking if they're open. It would be good if they replied, but it is actually on my way anyway, so I'm not going to lose a great deal of time nipping there to find out. Anyway, first job, let's get this one sorted. There we are then, just about an hour maybe in Civep, opened up, a couple of pallets off, checked, resealed, paperwork done and away. Can't complain. do about it, but far quicker than Calais. Anyway, 208 miles, which should be just over 4 hours. If I see, well, I may get some diesel on the way. I've got just short of 400 miles, and as I say, it's only 208 actually to my destination. The routier that I was checking on is sadly shut for the weekend. They've come back to me and said, no, sorry, we're closed for the weekend, which is a shame because it was only half an hour away and it looked a nice place, bar, restaurant, a whole lot. However, I've delivered to this place before. There is a little lorry park, probably, I don't know, half a dozen, maybe 10 spaces in the village, and when I looked previously, there's it's not that far to the village, so I mean, by the time I get there, it's going to be fairly late. Anyway, I got some beer in the I got some lager in the fridge, or I got beer under the bunk. So I'll decide when I get there. I may have had enough and just stop in tonight, but we shall see. Hopefully, Caen will be kind to me. It's, let's have a look. It's 20 to 4 UK, so 20 to 5 local time on a Saturday. So hopefully the ring road will be nice and steady and I can get away. Anyway, let's crack on. There we go, quick top up with fuel. So I've now got bags of fuel. Unfortunately, there's no AdBlue. Services is packed, like usual. You're getting this. The wind's picked up in the last 10 minutes. Luckily I've only got 29 miles to go up to my destination, but it's proper blowing a gale. It's almost as bad as it was the other morning, and I think, fire look, that's all you need. And it's like sleet as well. I don't think it's quite cold enough for snow, but if it was, it would be snow. But yeah, it's proper blowing the truck all over the place like it was the other morning. Probably a bit worse, if anything. And coupled with that rubbish weather, the sleet is making driving conditions horrible. Anyway, as I say, I've only got 20 miles to go. I managed to find the next station, the next fuel station along the motorway. It said it took my card, so I went in with my card, and he said, yeah, no problem. So I filled up with AdBlue, went back in, couldn't realize I'd get the card to work. Anyway, I thought on the off chance, I said, don't take this card as well, dear. And he went, oh yeah, no problem. And it's not advertised as that station, so tried it, yeah, straight through. So yeah, we're full of AdBlue. And as I said earlier, we've got diesel, so that's good. We're all set for Monday now. Just a case of getting here tonight safely, and that's my toolbox beeping again. It's coming up with a problem with the SIM card, but and the red light's on. But when you get up to the barrier, it works anyway. So I'm just keeping going. Anyway, I'm going to concentrate on driving because it's not too good at the minute, and I'll probably show you when we get to the parking area and take them the last little bit there. So I left it to start as late as I could, and when I got there, there was 4 trucks waiting in front of me, 3 trucks, sorry, waiting in front of me, And I thought, oh, brilliant. Anyway, one of them was just parked. He wasn't going anywhere. One of them was tipping round at the other side, and the one was in front of me, but he only had, I'm guessing, half a load, because they tipped him within about 20 minutes. So I nipped in and saw him, and they said, yeah, as soon as this guy pulls off, you pull onto the loading bay, and we'll get you done. So an hour in total, and I was tipped, notes back, out, job done. So that was all good. I had to wait about 5 minutes because my boss was waiting for confirmation of a load, which he must now have, because he sent me details where I'm reloading, which was the place I loaded last week. He ain't going to slow down, is he? Yeah, it was the place I loaded last week. So I'm heading up north of Laval, and the sat-nav gave me a couple of options. One was going up into Angers and then cutting back inland and round that way, or this way, which I'm hoping I've made the right choice, coming this way, but this village is a little bit narrow. So this way was a little bit shorter mileage wise, but probably a little bit longer due to the villages and towns that we go through. But I have got a little bit of time on my hands today, not a great deal, so I don't need to thrash it up and down the motorway. The wind's picked up. It was really blustery a bit ago and proper lashing it down, but as you can see over to the left, the blue sky is trying to break through, so hopefully we'll have a bit better day. Well, looks like we go over a bit of a bridge here. I'll wait for this fella to come up rather than clattering mirrors. Wow, that river's full. Some of these boys can get over as tight as me, like me. Remind me again why I came this way. Wow. Then, back in the same village we were in on Friday. The woman here is going to think I haven't been home, which I haven't really. I only stepped foot on English soil for a couple of minutes and then jumped straight back on the ship. But anyway, as I explained in my last video, but in case you haven't seen it yet, this place shuts 12 till 1 and it's now 6 minutes to 12. So they're not going to load me now before dinner. But there is, however, a little just a beer. And I was going to grab something for dinner. that Lidl do, which is a piece of salmon and some broccoli mash that you can stick in the microwave, and it's absolutely delicious. So I might as well nip in and get a bit something for lunch now, and then go around, and I'll be able to get my 45-minute break in while they're on their lunch. So all should be good. Afternoon all. Well, as you can see, it's beautiful out there now, and I walked to the shops about half an hour ago to get some lunch, and it absolutely bucketed down. I got sodden daft coming back. I'd left the sunroof open because it was like this, and there was water in the cab, on the floor mats and on the dash. Anyway, wiped it up and it's dried up. But my load is provisionally booked for tomorrow morning, and I've been in and seen them, and they've said yes, it's looking like tomorrow morning. However, we will keep an eye on it, and if we can get you loaded earlier, we'll drag you in. So looks like I'm here for the night, but never mind. Okie dokie! Well, eventually we've got loaded at our loading point, as you would expect. It's worked out quite well because I had a reduced rest last weekend, so I owed 12 hours, and I've just had a break of 21 hours. 23 would have been nicer, because that would have meant that I would have utilised an 11-hour rest period with my 12-hour payback. As it is, I've used a 9-hour rest period with my 12-hour payback. But anyway, that clears the weekend, which is good. That's one less thing to worry about in the coming weeks. We're 105 miles from Caen. You've done this trip with me previously. I think I've done it 4 times, and each time I've gone a different way. So this time I'm simply going to follow my sat nav. I know where it's going, and it utilises most of the routes that I've used before. However, it's taken me a different way again. Now, it could know something about road closures or diversions, which I have come across on this trip before. One of them, I tried to use a little shortcut last time, and the road was closed. So that could be why it's picking all the routes that it is currently on my sat nav. Anyway, as I say, I'm just going to follow it and see what sort of job it does. Hopefully it'll do a good one. This is all we need, look. Luckily I've got time. Wow, he's wide. Blimey neck, he's wide. Even if a truck came the other way, he'd have to slow down. So I'm not going to pass him in a hurry. He doesn't seem at all bothered about sticking it off the edge of the road and onto the grass. There must be, I don't know, £250,000 worth of kit there that could end up in a ditch. He's pulled it back up now, but moved over a fair bit on a couple of occasions there. And there he goes. Good job. His top speed was 15 miles an hour, and I must have followed him for 7 or 8 miles. But hey ho. Thank you, mate. Very good of you. This was the little village I came through in my last video. And when you get out the other side, there's a bit of a archaeological site. You can just see it undercover over on the right hand side now. And people have come back to me and said it's a Roman building. So that's why it's of significant importance. Nice little village. Bit of a church on the right hand side. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it. Just there. No, you probably can't. No. Oh, a bit of a market going on as well. Look. Tiny. Excuse me. Anyway, up on a hillside, in the general direction that we're heading, there's a massive church with a big sort of dome on one end of it. So I don't know what that's about. If we're heading that way, hopefully I'll be able to show you. I'm going straight across here. Car's stopping there for him. Following this man. As soon as I turned the video off, that church thing came into view. You just see it now behind, there you go, behind that truck. But considering there's a village there that we've just come through, well, that's a proper posh one, isn't it? Considering there's a village there that we've just come through that had its own church, it's unusual that another village as close, A, has another church, but B, has one that's so massive and prolific. I don't know whether you like seeing these villages, but I just think there's something interesting about them all, because you never know whether as a viewer you're ever going to see them, and as a driver, whether I'm ever going to come through them again. Do you know what I mean? I may get a different... Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, no indicators. I may get a different load point or a different delivery point or a different route or whatever. So I always think it's good to see them, you know? So if you don't like them, let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. That's an idea. I never thought of that. If you don't like them, just fast forward it a bit maybe and... Don't open your door, mate. Don't open your door. There we are. I came through this place last time. I'm sure I did, but I arrived at it in a different route. As I say, I think this is the 4th time I've done this journey from the load point back up to the ship at Caen, and every time I've come a different way. And there is one more still left to try. You watch. I won't get this. This reload for another 12 months, but if I do, I'm going to try one more different route, which involves the initial part of this route for about 20 miles, and then instead of carrying on north to cut off a corner, it picks up a faster road east before joining a faster road again north. And I think there won't be a lot of mileage in it, but I think it'll be a much quicker route, purely because the roads are that bit wider than these, so you can make good time. You know, you have to go steady on some sections of this if you're passing other vehicles, especially trucks, because it's losing mirrors time. Anyway, yeah, let me know about the villages if you like to see them and all the different places. I guess that's why you come along for the ride, but yeah. Well, this just brought me out at a junction that I've been brought out at before on this route up, and it was fairly quick that way. To be fair, brings you out over by this air. I was going to say. It brings you out by this air where you join the main road then back up towards Caen, which is 40, 45, 50 mile away. So yeah, pretty good roads back in now, apart from the ring road, which is a good road, but it gets snarled up quick. So yeah, that it was a good run. That I enjoyed that. Like I say, I have got the one more route to try, which we'll try next time I reload there. Anyway, let's head for Caen.
After 200 yards, go over the roundabout, taking the second exit onto A88.
You may remember this junction from the last video. Sorry to keep referring back to it, but it is so recent that it's quite fresh in my mind. We're just joining the Caen Ring Road, where last time there was a huge queue. This time it looks okay, so hopefully the next 13 miles getting us to the port will be clear and we can crack on. I hate this junction here. They come out on the right hand side here, just before the bridge lock. Nice rainbow. And literally, they've only got 20 yards or so, and they're dumped straight out in front here. Dear. It said the wind's strong wind over the bridge, and as you can see, the windsock is pointing out that way. I dislike being in this lane when the wind's blowing that way, because if you were to get blown over, ooh, that's strong. If you were to get blown over, you'd make a big splash. You're on the news, and if you were filming, it'd make, well, that's windy. It would make good content. Well, not good content, but interesting content. Probably get a lot of hits for it. Anyway, hopefully we won't get blown over. There we go. So far, so good.
Exit right.
Here we are then, coming through the fairground. Are the boys in blue active? Yes, they are. Stood outside in the wet. Okay, thumbs up, off we go. Up to the scanning shed, where nobody's waiting. We'll go through and get parked up in the lanes. The trouble is the door's not open, so what's the score here?
Take the next left, then turn right.
Warwick. Might be my mate Mark again, who hates being on the videos, so we'll take every opportunity to get him on the video.
Take the next right.
Next right? What, into the water? we go, we're in. We didn't get pulled up like last time and opened up and all the rest of it. So that's good. All clear. Checks done. Looks to be a few waiting for the boat. We'll head up and pull into one of the electric hookup lanes so that they know we need hooking up when we get on board. Then we shall make a bit of lunch and wait for the booking office to open and get booked on. It is Mark.
Take the next right, then arrive at destination on the right.
Fini. There's Jonesy, look. He's appeared in a video before. Reckons he hates it. I reckon he loves to be on camera. He might give me a wave if we're lucky. Let's give him a shout. Hey, Jonesy! There he is. There he is waving, look. Well, that was a rubbish afternoon. Pulled by the, or not pulled, but the French control came across and wanted to check various stuff and found a pathetic little fault for which I had the privilege of paying €135. Anyway, here we are, loading on the front of the ship. Loading on the front of the ship, which should mean I get off pretty sharpish. But that it'll get covered in salt water and look a mess. Anyway, the first job is up to Scania in Swindon tomorrow to get the truck done in for its 6 weekly inspection. And then after that we'll have to see what we're doing. Man, that's me done. Evening all, here we are coming back into Blighty. There's the old girl outside getting covered in salt. Well, what a rough crossing that was. Not the roughest I've been on by any stretch of the imagination, but didn't get much rest, it was bouncing and banging about. Anyway, we're coming into Portsmouth. So I'll show you getting through the customs scanner, passports, all the rest of it. Then that'll probably be it for this trip. I'm going to get parked up and have the time off, and then as I said, I'm in Scania Swindon tomorrow for a 6 weekly inspection. So thanks for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please do so. And give us a like on all the other socials, Facebook and all the rest of it. Thanks a lot, catch you later. may be good to go.